Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pension Pursuit, the game where taxpayers young and old face off against their own state politicians and state employees. It's the game we have all been playing throughout our tax-paying lives, and it's getting harder and harder to win. Let's introduce you to the players. First, our taxpayers work in the private sector and have to save for their retirement, sometimes with contributions from their employers. In return for their taxes, they are looking to receive service tokens like highways, schools, and fire stations. Next up, state employees earn salaries and the promise of a good retirement. As state employees start the game, they agree to forego some current pay in order to receive a specific promised pension when they retire. The name of the game for both taxpayers and state employees is to have enough money for retirement by the end of the game. Now let's meet our last but not least players, the state politicians. They're elected to this position and manage the budget, known as the bank in our game. With each move, they collect taxes from taxpayers and pay those taxes into the bank. The state politicians then decide how the bank funds the various public services, like police, schools, parks, and the all-important pension fund. It's this pension fund that pays out retirement to state employees when they end their game. Enough money needs to be set aside in the pension fund to pay the employees what they've been promised when they retire. Now, for state politicians to win, they have to be re-elected, which means they need to convince taxpayers they're doing a good job. Often, to appease taxpayers, state politicians avoid raising taxes or cutting services to fund pensions. Instead, they set aside less money than the pension fund requires and try to make up for the shortfall by making riskier investments. Essentially gambling with taxpayer money, state politicians claim they are making safe investments in the stock market or private equity or hedge funds. This is how state politicians can hide the fact that not enough money is going into the pension fund, whether taxpayers notice or not. The riskier the investment strategy, the greater the possibility that state politicians will lose money, resulting in insufficient funds to meet pension commitments made to state workers. In this scenario, taxpayers will have to cough up additional money to pay state worker pensions, making it harder for taxpayers to make ends meet and save for their own retirements. In future rounds, we'll dive deeper into the game of Pension Pursuit and see how your tax money is being spent, saved, and even lost as state politicians decide what to do with it. In the next round of Pension Pursuit, we'll take a closer look at the investments made by state politicians, the consequences of expecting high rates of return, and what risks are associated with it.